Hey guys, Dr. Evelyn here, and for my bi-monthly video for my channel, today I'm going to be talking about conditioning. And not just strength and conditioning, though that is kind of the same concept, but just what is our base level of health and well-being that we want to be at. So this video was inspired by a quote from a book by Rachel Hollis, who is an author and a inspirational speaker. And the quote goes like this. I will read it to you now. When we are at a loss, we reach for the lowest bar. And the lowest bar is typically our highest level of training. And what she means by this is, and she gives an example. Say you set out to run 20 miles one day, and the most that you've ever run or trained for is 5 miles. The chances of you running 20 miles that day is very low. You're most likely going to start petering out around 5 miles. If it's a great day and you are doing your best, you might get a few extra miles in. But on your worst day, or when we're at a loss, then even reaching that low mark is going to be really tough. So she talks about, what if you train yourself to run 20 and then you decide that you always want to be able to at least run 20. And I know this is like an extreme example because how many of us can run 20 miles? Not me. But then what you should do is train 30 so that even on your worst day, you are able to run 20. And even if you peter out early, you've been trained to that level. The same goes with our system in chiropractic, but chiropractic is conditioning your entire nervous system. So this includes our way that we perceive the world around us, the way that we carry our body, our posture, and our tension patterns. This includes how we experience or don't experience pain and symptomology. Our nervous system controls all of that. So how do we want to condition our nervous system so that when something stressful inevitably happens, COVID has been a wonderful example of this, where do we want our lowest bar to be? Do we want to be completely void of rational thought, completely reacting, in fight or flight, freaking out, shoulders up to our ears, jaw clenching, reaching for all the toilet paper, not knowing what to do with ourselves? Or do we want to be conditioned to say, okay, pause, breathe, let's get some clear understanding of what's happening and clearly perceiving our environment. What do I want to prioritize? Where do I want my resources to go? How can I continue to take care of my body and, continue to heal and function well and be healthy? So conditioning our nervous system when things are good, like training to run 30 miles just every day, then when the inevitable stress comes, we know where we're at. We know the lowest level we can fall. That is why conditioning is really important. I want you to think about what is your highest level of conditioning. Where does that put you when you are inevitably under stress? What have you learned from this COVID experience that, helps you understand, wow, I do not have much reserve in the tank for when things don't go perfectly. I can only run these 3 miles when things are going under stress. I can only do so much under this circumstance. And where do you want to be able to be? And that's completely up to you. That's based on your goals, your responsibilities, and ultimately how optimal you want your life to be. So now is the time to start conditioning yourself for optimization and for resilience to the inevitable things that are going to come up in our lives. And it's a really great time to take a minute and assess what happens to you when you're under stress and how well you handle that, both mentally and physically. Okay? All right, I hope that video was informative to you, and yeah, we will talk soon. Take care. Bye.